Welcome, learners. Earth, our home in the vast universe. The Earth's circumference is nearly 25,000 miles from start to finish. There are so many places on the Earth. How it is possible to precisely locate just one of them? For instance, what if I wanted to tell a friend the exact location of the Coronado Bridge in Santiago? It will be hard to describe, but given the coordinates of the bridge, he should be able to find it quite easily. Today we are going to learn about latitudes and longitudes. We will also learn how to find poles, the hemisphere, important lines of the latitude and longitudes. At last, we'll learn about coordinates to find places on a map. Latitude and longitude as a coordinate system is used for locating any place on the Earth. It was devised by Greek astronomer named Hipparchus. Today, it is widely used in the global positioning system and geographical information systems. The Earth is divided up into horizontal lines, latitude, and vertical lines, longitude. Latitude is read first and longitude is read second. To find precise location, parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude form an invisible grid over the Earth. Latitude. Lines of latitude, also known as parallels, circle the globe from east to west. These lines are all same distance apart. Above 69 miles, each degree of latitude is separated into small pieces called minutes. There are 60 minutes in 1 degree. Similarly, each minute is divided into 60 seconds. The equator lies in 0 degree, halfway in between the North and the South Pole. 90 degrees latitude north of the equator is North Pole. 90 degrees south of the equator is the South Pole. Please note the poles are the 90 degrees angle of the equator. North of the equator is called the northern hemisphere. South of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. There are several other unique lines of latitude. The Tropic of Cancer lies at 23.5 degrees north. The Tropic of Capricorn lies at 23.5 degrees south. The Arctic Circle lies at 66.5 degrees north, and the Antarctic Circle lies at 66.5 degrees south. These latitudes are important because they roughly define different climate zones in the world, based on how much sunlight each zone gets. The area between the two tropics gets the most direct sunlight and is called the tropical zone. And the climate in many parts here tends to be warm and humid with lots of rain. The area between tropics and the polar circle is called the temperate zone, where we can generally experience all 4 seasons during the year. The area beyond the polar circles is the polar zone, which gets the least direct sunlight in generally cold and full of ice and snow. Now keep in mind that climate depends on many other things, and there are dry areas like Sahara Desert even within the rainy tropics. But latitude can still help climate predict of each zone. Longitudes. Longitude, the lines that run north and south, called meridian of longitude. These lines are measured the same way as the parallel of latitude using degrees, minutes, and seconds. However, unlike latitude, lines of longitude are not at equal distance from each other. Meridian intersect at the north and south pole. The standing point of reading longitude is the prime meridian, which is the line passing near the Royal Greenwich Observatory in Greenwich, England in the United Kingdom. The site was chosen as the International Zero Longitude Reference Line by an international conference in 1884. Longitude east of the prime meridian go up in number from 0 to 180 degrees east, and the longitude west of the prime meridian go down as negative start from 0 to minus 180 degree west. West of the prime meridian is the western hemisphere. East of the prime meridian is the eastern hemisphere. The lines of longitude mark time zones. As the Earth rotates on its axis, only one half of the Earth faces the Sun at any given time. So when it is night time in Eastern Hemisphere, it is daytime in the Western Hemisphere. In simple way, we can say people in different parts of the world live in different time zones. To tell the time difference between two parts of the world, we just have to count the number of longitude degrees between them. Every 15 degrees is 1 hour time difference. So two cities like Chicago and New York are roughly 15 degrees apart, have time zones 1 hour apart. So when it is 3 p.m. in New York, it is 2 p.m. in Chicago. London is about 75 degrees away from New York and on the east of New York, and sure enough, its time zone is 5 hours ahead of New York. The prime meridian marks the baseline time zone, which is called Greenwich Mean Time, in short GMT. All other time zones are measured relative to GMT. Using latitude and longitude, the precise location of San Diego, California can be written as 32 degrees, 42 minutes and 54 seconds north latitude and 117 degrees, 9 minutes 25 seconds west latitude. Another example, the coordinates for the Pyramid of Giza is written as 29 degrees, 58 minutes, 45.03 seconds north, 31 degrees, 8 minutes, 03.69 seconds east. Now to tell you how to read the coordinates of a precise point. The first example, we'll use the Mount Ngauruhoe in the north part of New Zealand. As mentioned earlier, between in each degree of latitude and longitude, there will be a division of 60 minutes, and further each minute is divided into 60 seconds. Right in the line in the equator or meridian, it is 00. Then it goes up to 01, 02, 03, so on in terms of seconds first, and then crossing 60 seconds it reaches the first degree. There is another way coordinates are written without mentioning the north and south or east and west. Here the coordinates are mentioned in terms of positive value and the negative value. For example, if I ask you to look for a mystery place with coordinates of 30 and 31, then you would find the latitude at 30 degrees, that is northern hemisphere or above equator, and the longitude of 31 degree, that is eastern hemisphere or right of the zero meridian line. And where these two lines crosses each other or meets is our mystery place, the Great Pyramid of Giza. And in the same way, if I asked you to look for another mystery place with coordinates -3 and -59, you would look for the latitude line at -3 degrees, which is below the equator or on southern hemisphere, and the longitude line at -59 degree, which is left of the zero meridian line and on the western hemisphere. And these two lines meet, you would find our second mystery place, the Amazon rainforest. So as we can see, each place on Earth has its own unique set of coordinates made up of latitude and longitude. So if we know what places coordinates, we can easily find in a map. Now, as we have seen how to read latitude and longitude, get a map and find the coordinates for these three locations: the Sydney Opera House, as Ayers Rocky in Northern Territory of Australia, and Mount Cook, the highest peak of South Island of New Zealand. Parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude form an invisible grid over the Earth. This grid is measured in degree, minutes, and seconds and allow us to pinpoint any location on the face of the Earth. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know anything you would like to in the comment section.